Human beings are strange creatures. We're products of our surroundings and of our own consumption, such that every little thing we do or experience shapes us in some way or another. Something as simple as having grown up with terrible tasting tap water could drive a man to drink bottled or filtered water for the rest of his life. Or maybe someone in the world never crosses a doorway without looking left because perhaps they got mowed down by an inconsiderate cyclist when they were 6 and broke their arm. Or maybe I'll never do another front flip as long as I live because I almost broke my neck one time. Whether it's immediately apparent or not, these things shape our tastes, our humor, our style, and our dreams in a way that's difficult to comprehend if you zoom out and try to take in the scale of it all. Ideas are a wild concoction of what we see in the present combined with the distilled essence of our life of experiences and memories. Competency of implementation is just as much subject to these qualities as the initial flash of inspiration that sparked the ideas in the first place is. Whether you're a scientist, student, musician, painter, fry cook, or YouTuber, chances are that you've been caught by a flash of inspiration at least once. Perhaps a single moment changed the rest of your life as you suddenly decided to pursue a new career path. Or even something as benign as some random episode of Fairly Odd Parents making you think of a new way to prank your little sister. But for me, and the way that I approach YouTube, it was a very gradual process that involved intense deliberation and very many hours of research. And by research, I mean watching way too much of my favorite YouTubers. There are so many talented creators here on this platform, but a few stand out as the ones who not only help me shape my content as it is today, but help keep me emotionally and mentally grounded as I foolishly pursue this arduous dream of entertaining people on YouTube. So, to celebrate my first anniversary of my YouTube career, I created a small list of my most favorite and most inspirational YouTubers. Remember, this is my list of the few that affect me and my content the most, so no hard feelings if I leave off your favorite or order them in a way that you don't necessarily agree with. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Number 5.
Hey, I'm Grumps, I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps!
The Game Grumps weren't the first Let's Players that ever existed, but they're the first that I ever began watching regularly. My first memory of the Grumps was from back when John was still a Grump.
Wow! I certainly love to play video games.
Wow, me too. I also love to watch you play them and then have it filmed and shown for our audience at home.
What a coincidence!
I don't remember exactly how I got there, but I found myself watching their very first episode and found their Poppy Brothers antics so hilarious that it turned into me having to show my friend.
Hold on. There, yeah.
All right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Poppy Bro!
Poppy Bro!
Okay.
That's a secret code. I learned it from Nintendo Power.
And then it eventually turned into binge watching all 100 plus episodes of Sonic 06.
You gotta make a statement! You gotta look inside yourself and say, what am I willing to put up with today? Not fucking this!
Until Danny finally replaced John. But did I stop there? No. One of Danny's first series has my favorite moment ever.
Fine day for mayoring!
If I do say so myself, death approaches!
This spot goes to more than just Aaron, John, and Danny, though. This goes to the whole Grump cast. Watching the channel grow from just 2 idiots playing Kirby to the company that it is today is pretty inspiring. To me, these guys show what it means to be an entertainer. From full productions like Guild Grumps to Ninja Sex Party and Starbomb to Table Flip to the dumbass brand commercials that they put their own Grump spin on, they make it pretty clear that they want to entertain everyone as best as they possibly can, and in their own way. Regular episodes of Game Grumps helped me stay sane when I couldn't find a job for nearly a year after graduating. So while I don't watch them much anymore, they still hold a special place in my heart. Also, Barry's How to Edit Video over on the Grump Out channel was incredibly useful for me when I first got started on Adobe Premiere, and that's pretty awesome. Number 4.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth.
Northern Lion is another Let's Player, but what makes him special are 2 things specifically. First, I wouldn't be surprised if he had more episodes of The Binding of Isaac than all other YouTubers put together, and 2, he's one of the most witty and eloquent live commentators that I've ever seen on YouTube. While I don't watch his channel very regularly, his ability to go on a tirade powered by a higher-than-average vocabulary and tempered by an unusual penchant for shoehorning a musical reference in almost every episode that I've ever watched makes him a Let's Player worth looking up to for the quality of his commentary alone.
From a literal 0 to an 11, basically, if we're going to completely negate the rules of the 0 to 10 scale and thereby make all of our earlier item assessments completely suspect and, have to go back and re-rate them with this newfound inflation in question.
I'm consistently impressed when he spouts off some random movie or music album along with the year it was released, along with a person's name, if applicable, without missing a beat.
Basically, at this point, I'm just saying the names of Shaggy songs, the Jamaican artist who is most famous for his exceptionally deep voice and his, dare we say, audacious plan for getting Rick Rock out of his infidelity in the classic 2001 jam, It Wasn't Me.
It's so common that after not having watched Northern Lion for a number of months, I clicked on his most recent episode of The Binding of Isaac to watch for material for this video and found perfect examples of everything I mentioned here. Plus, he's bald. I kinda have to include him. And being bald is pretty awesome. Number 3.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. In today's gaming news, Assassin's Creed takes a break, Overwatch is back, and Destiny 2 is coming next year.
Force Strategy Gaming, or Force Gaming as he's changed to now, is the first YouTuber that I actually became a fan of and the one who made me realize that, hey, YouTube can be a career for some people. He's also another YouTuber who helped me retain my sanity through a year of unemployment, as I found him and Jesse Cox when they were running a very short-lived podcast in anticipation of The Elder Scrolls Online. Force and Jesse almost had the straight man and the stooge act going with their different personalities, which when combined with their passion for MMORPGs and the information that they collected and disseminated, made the podcast very easy to listen to.
Dennis Force Duhamel. I am joined, as always, by my esteemed co-host, Jesse Cox. Hello, Jesse. Welcome back.
Oh, stop it, you. Hello, everybody.
Esteemed, you don't like the word?
It's too much. Let's be honest. We both know it is.
At the time, I was really impressed by the quality of Force's voice, which in retrospect seems very silly, but at the time he had a distinctly radio quality that intrigued me. So I decided to look more into his channel. What I found was a mix of gameplay, first impressions, news coverage, and weekly Friday Night Magic, and I was pretty instantly hooked. Ever since I've been watching him, Force hasn't been afraid to change up his formats and his shows and what he does on YouTube as it pleases him. He plays what he wants, he covers what he finds exciting, and he isn't shy about getting hype over the next big thing, all because he just loves games. It's probably no surprise that a good portion of my content on this channel borrows heavily from Force's style. Specifically, his first impressions, which he doesn't do so much anymore unfortunately, and his lightly scripted discussion videos. He's also turned me on to a whole lot of games that I wouldn't have played otherwise, and that's pretty awesome. Number 2.
Yes!
Gerard Dragon Rider Khalil, aka Beardman, aka the Completionist, may not be the top most inspirational YouTuber on my list, but he's definitely my current favorite. This man's patience and dedication are legendary and probably borderline sociopathic. He does exactly what his channel's name says he does. He completes games. One every week. Every week! And he completed Skyrim! The man is insane!
The amount of hours I put in this game, I cannot do this anymore.
Gerard?
Why? Why would I play this game this long? Any game, no matter how good or bad it may be, should never be played this long.
How many hours did you put in?
509 hours, Greg.
Oh my god. I think you need to be institutionalized.
The amount of time and work and production that go into each episode makes them a joy to watch, even if you know little to nothing about the game he's reviewing for that week. And what I find especially impressive about him is that he's building more than just his own channel. He's slowly but surely building a complete production company, complete with employees and interns and office space and multiple affiliated channels.
What up?
Hi, Jesse.
Yo, have you seen Dodger? She's supposed to be here about a half an hour ago. You'd think that because we're now in a communal office space that she'd be here all the time.
No, I have not. No, she was actually supposed to be on the podcast like 45 minutes ago.
Not true.
You know what? Sam would know where she is. I'm gonna give Sam a call.
No, dude, he's like right out in the lobby. He's like right here. I can just, Sam!
Great. Glad we're doing this joke again. More short jokes. Love it.
Alright, boys.
Gerard puts such a ridiculous amount of time and effort into his channels and other people's channels that I can't help but wonder how he fit a fucking hyperbolic time chamber into some random office space in California. Seriously, dude, just stop holding out on the secret. We all want a hyperbolic time chamber in our closet, okay? But seriously, though, this dude is making his dreams come true. But that isn't enough for him. He's creating incredible opportunities for people around him, and that's pretty awesome. And before we move on to number 1, here's a quick runner-up montage.
Back with your fiends! Back to the realm of molestrian!
Wow. That was really great in this movie. I don't remember being in.
Hey everybody, I'm Blitz. Welcome to my dining room.
But I want to do something strange, something weird this time.
Yeah, alright, let's do Deadly Premonition.
Oh yeah, Dixie Kong shows up from time to time.
Hey, Dix.
What?
Hey, Dix.
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 Hello everybody, I'm Peanut Butter Gamer, and welcome to my list of the top 10 most expensive games ever made.
If there's one thing that got me through algebra when I was a kid, calculus when I was a kid, it's butts. Sweet, sweet butts.
Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm Walker, and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where I make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by with pointless statue and booty babe? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin.
And thank God for me. Okay, that wouldn't kill you, would it?
Whoa, is that a crab with a top hat and a monocle? That's where I draw the line. Come on, Master Chief. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Master of Orion?
TotalBiscuit, the cynical Brit, is probably the YouTuber that I respect the most and look up to the most. His objectivity and analysis when it comes to his WTF Is series is something to aspire to, and his stance of pro-consumer practices and value proposition when it comes to games is something that I try to get across in my own content. What he's built with the Co-optional Podcast, formerly known as the Game Station Podcast, is something that I hope to build or be part of someday. A network of colleagues to create content together and to support each other.
No, it looks the exact same. This shouldn't be bad at all. Hold on now, that ain't okay. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's awful. Oh my oh god, it rolled. Oh god, it's on my desk now.
That podcast is another thing that kept me busy during my year of unemployment, while keeping me up to date with current gaming news and also introducing me to various other personalities that I now watch somewhat regularly, including Gerard the Completionist and Northern Lion. On top of that, he's turned me on to the competitive StarCraft 2 scene with his own passion for the sport, which is something that I was never really able to enjoy until he introduced it to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the August edition of Shoutcraft Kings. My name is TotalBiscuit. I'm joined once again by the wonderful Nathanius.
But what inspires me about TotalBiscuit is more than just his content and his shoutcasting ability. All that's great, but what I know of him and his struggles on YouTube and in the spotlight of e-fame are what make me respect him so much. Now, please don't misunderstand me here. I'm not saying that the man is perfect. Nobody on this list is. But it's his flaws and the relative publicity with which he shared them that have single-handedly cemented in my mind a realization that's far too often forgotten when consuming personality-based media. He's just a dude who loves video games, and he's doing the best damn job that he can. The publicity of his own personal struggles have the added effect of helping me temper my own expectations of what it means to be popular on the internet. Dealing with a constant barrage of verbal hate and toxicity is something that nobody should ever have to deal with, but it's something that affects everyone who has a decent following on the internet at some point or another. Because of TotalBiscuit, I'm more prepared than I would have been otherwise. And that's pretty awesome. So that was my list of my top 5 most inspirational YouTubers. But while I gave these 5 channels some arbitrary award and look up to them in some way, I don't worship or idolize them. At the end of the day, they're just a bunch of idiots like you and me who broadcast themselves to entertain and inform the world as best as they know how. And that's probably the most awesome thing of all. But hey, that's just my opinion, and with that, my first year of YouTube is complete. I mean, technically it's not complete until September 7th, because that's when Labor Day was last year, which was when I made and uploaded my first video, but Labor Day is easier to remember, okay? Anyway, I'd really love to know what you think about this list, so please let me know in the comments section below. And while you're at it, why not share your most favorite or most inspirational YouTuber? Who knows, maybe you'll earn them a new subscriber or two. But please no links, YouTube doesn't like links. And please do remember to hit that like button on your way out and be sure to follow me on Twitter @ingenioussclown for updates. And hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content for hopefully many more years to come. And I will see you next time.